To introduce MariLight 2, it continues the work from MariLight 1 project, where we successfully demonstrated large-scale additive manufacturing of topology-optimized components, and it was feasible. The second phase adds in terms of digitally enabled, data-driven manufacturing processes, as well as the pre-deployment trials. This is very important because it increased confidence from industry in lightweighting design, leading towards the reduction on greenhouse gas emissions. MariLight had 8 partners in total. In terms of end users, we had Malin Marine Consultants. They were the project lead for MariLight, but we also had BAE Systems and Cali Ocean as well. We had Hexagon, Altair Engineering, Lloyd's Register, Seeker, and NMIS.
Malin has been in the marine sector for a long time, and we recognise that we're not great at fabrication and manufacturing. Chronic underinvestment over the last 20 or 30 years, not much profit, skills challenges. We believe strongly that there's a better way to do things. So the industry is a pretty traditional industry, and we don't really like change. We do things the way we've done things since welding was invented 150 years ago, flat plates with structure welded onto it, and that's how we design things and that's how we build things. This is pretty transformational. No one else out there is doing it. We've been looking at ways to streamline large-scale additive manufacturing, and advanced manufacturing seems to be a thing that isn't explored so much in our industry, and one that we wanted to get involved in.
Among the many maritime components that we selected, we've chosen the tapping ring, and this is because of different factors we discussed with the partners. So things like criticality, cost, lead time, but mainly we wanted to ensure that the component of choice would be in service by 2027, because this is a requirement from the Clean Maritime demonstration competition. The topology optimized component was large-scale additively manufactured at our digital factory facilities within the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland, where we used advanced manufacturing processes such as directed energy deposition NAR. Topology optimization, this is a mathematical method used in engineering where you want to optimize the material layout of your component within a given design space. Among its many benefits, you will have a reduction in the material consumption, lower emissions overall and costs, and then enhance your structural integrity for that particular component and their overall performance.
The NDT methodology used here was ultrasonic testing. The idea is that you use a single crystal or indeed a phased array probe. That can be through the configuration, looking at the thickness, seeing if there's any defects. So in the sample under consideration here for MariLight, that was looking at were there any lack of interrun fusion, was there porosity, were there any cracks, locate where they may be and size them where possible. The next step, of course, will be trying to align these findings along the kind of certification routes.
In terms of the most challenging aspect for the project, the integration of real-time data collection with the advanced manufacturing processes covering data-driven decision-making aspects was challenging, but ultimately highly rewarding, as we understood the limitations of the different platforms and systems out there.
We're using Seeker platform, which is basically harnesses the blockchain technology to securely capture and share manufacturing data. This ensures the data are trusted and tamper-proof traceability. By connecting Seeker to the shop floor data, things like temperature, rubber position, wire fitting speed, we're actually creating a detailed digital copy of how each part is going through the manufacturing process.
We then demonstrated that we could achieve a 10% reduction on the greenhouse gas emissions for a 30-year lifespan. When it comes to the vessel weight, 10%, production time, 20%, lead time and storage handling requirements, 90%. These are very significant figures if you think about the net zero targets in the UK and globally.
From a project perspective, we've had the regulators in with us, and we've turned them, between us and NMIS, we've turned them around from being cynics and skeptics to advocates of the technology, and now Lloyd's Register have been producing papers of their own to show how good and how beneficial this innovation can be.
This kind of collaboration with the likes of NMIS allows us to understand the nature and benefits of not only topology optimization, additive manufacturing, but of any new technology where we collaborate in this way. It can lead us to updating our rules and regulations.
The MS team are great. They understand where we're coming from, and they understand where we're trying to get to, and they fill in a lot of blocks that we haven't actually thought of. There's still an awful lot of questions out there that we can't answer associated with the impact of printed components, from structural failures to corrosion to finishing, things that we don't understand, that they have got a clever team around them who will be able to answer these for us. There's a long way to go with this because the regulators aren't up to speed with these transformations.
Many sectors actually can benefit from the outputs from MariLight too. The outcomes of the project and overall outputs deliver towards the UK transport vision for 2050, which touches and focuses a lot on the digital aspects, but also sustainability and workforce. And this is what we deliver as part of the MariLight 2 project.